Yo, what's up, Plant? It's beginning to look a lot like Tarnished. What's up, Gold Mask? What's up, Mozzarella? How you guys doing? The OGs. Hi, Tiny. Hi, Half Space. What's the move today? Now, that's a good question. What is the move today? Part of me wants to do the same thing as last stream. Just sleep people into one shot again. Oh man, I'm horrible. Sword and board. Oh no. I'm using something broken again. I just don't know what, but I definitely want to use something broken. Something with barbaric roar. We used a lot of we used a lot of barbaric roar recently. We're gonna try 150 again though. Blood Twin Blade with Barbaric Roar. You know what? Blood is an interesting idea, though. Blood Twin Blade. We played a lot with Twin Blade, but I haven't played Blood Twin Blade in some time. That's not a bad idea. You know what? Let's give that a shot. Yo, Augustin, thank you so much for the 5 membership, dude. Thank you so much, man. Welcome in. Really appreciate that. Welcome in, by the way. Okay, we're gonna try Barbaric Roar Bleed, like you said, because I think it's something that could definitely be worth it. Could be worth it, and I'm thinking like you know, at 99 poise, I think we should be good, right? So we want two-handed tally, running attack tally, which is this one, and barbaric roar tally. I think that's the setup that we want. Yo, Teach, how you doing, man? You see Charles versus Max? I did, dude. Fucking, that was really nice. Like, I mean, people still underestimate Charles. Like, they think that because he lost a few times that he's not the fucking... like, he's probably, like, the most dangerous fucking guy, like, when it comes to submission. I mean, he didn't submit Max, but it was total fucking domination. What a good fight. I mean, I'm sure... I'm sure Max Holloway wouldn't say the same, but... yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a really good fight. Okay, okay, let's just give that a shot. Let's do this. Yo, Augustin, what the hell, dude? Oh my god, man. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit. Yo, thank you so much, man. What the hell? Yo, thanks for the fucking... I mean, it's fucking 30 membership. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever had that... well, I mean... I don't think I've never had that many membership on YouTube, that's for sure. People crying because it was BMF? Nah, like... people crying, it's just because it's sports, you know? Like, the sports, like, you know, like I've learned over time that, you know, you think that the comments from like stuff related to video games are not very intelligent. Man, the comments relating to sports for like social media, you know, like under comments and online vids, like it's always really bad. Like it's always quite stupid. So I'm not really surprised about that. Like fucking people watch MMA and they think they're watching kickboxing or something. Like the reason why Charles is like one of my very favorite fighter is because like he's so fun to watch because his game is so complete. Like if you can't appreciate his jiu-jitsu, like, I mean, of course you're not gonna like Charles, but I mean, this is MMA, this is not kickboxing. It's gonna be able to heal. This guy also does a lot of bleed buildup now that I look at it. Anthem should be, yeah. Have to be careful. Let's rebuff. Jesus. At least I have VHS swap with this. There's two big boys behind. Try to reach them. There you go. That's a huge kill. Bleed came in clutch there. And we also attacked the big guy just for a good amount of time. This guy does a lot of bleed buildup. We have to be careful about that. I'm not quite sure I should be doing Barbaric Roar into him, given his bleed buildup. Actually got distracted by the big guy behind. I think killing him would be a lot faster with another weapon, to be fair. Something that I could aggress him with. What the hell? I dodged that. Oh my god, bro. What is this? This guy's getting a little too lucky for my taste. That's it. Greetings from Argentina. Greetings to you, dude. That's very kind of you, man. Thank you so much for the membership. Matador, thanks for the Prime resub for 27, man. Beta, did you see the UFC fight? He played one of his best games. Yeah, dude, like the reason, so not yet, okay. So like the reason why I think the UFC matched Charles and Max together, I think is because historically Max was very, very good against takedown attempts. I think that they didn't expect the match to go the way it did because of that. I think that's ultimately what happened. Like the UFC like sort of fumbled the ball when it comes to like judging skill sets. bleed really comes in handy. Careful about blue here. Yo, hell yeah, dude. Okay, you were right. Whoever said to get the Twin Blade Bleed infuse instead, it works so well for invasions because you get the, you know, you get the insane burst damage, and because it's Barbaric Roar, like it hits multiple times. So even against a greatsword, which the Twin Blade would usually like struggle heavily against, like against this guy, we were able to kill him very quickly, which is that's really nice. Because, you know, like, winning 1v1 is one thing, right? Like I should be able to win my 1v1s technically. But winning them quickly is what's important. Sacred Bloody Flesh isn't better in that case. It probably is, but I don't have it. We tried the Black Steel Twin Blade. I don't like the running R2 for like the peeler in Black Steel. I much prefer this one. I wonder if I would be better off not using this this chest piece and using Vara's, like using a heavy one and using Vara's mask instead. I wonder if I would be doing better. I don't think so though. Sacred Bloody Flesh also has that glitch where you keep the buff indefinitely. Wait, what? What's that? I was not aware of that. Okay, we got a teammate in trouble here. Against some toxic post. You should aim at the mage. Oh, latency there. Okay, he has no HP. Weirdo. You eat Sacred Bloody Flesh and then you eat crab every time you bleed someone you get a buff. Wow, that's it? But you do not keep the arcane buff. Okay. Dude, that is crazy. That's like free, basically. It works with any consumable after Sacred Bloody Flesh. Okay. Yo, Spades, thanks for the raid, man. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, DS1 gamers. There's two people up, yeah. Here, it's a bad idea to fight them in the open, but that spell is massive desync. I think we should reach the cover there, at least. Oh, they have the tongue active. All right, I was not expecting that. should have enough time. Alright, teammate, let me take that. Don't get greedy. Invading in this game is painful. Yes, it is. It really is. Although I will say recently I've been exploring like a little more like broken builds. Like I've been trying to go for stuff that like on paper like you die easily. Like basically like I've been sacrificing all my talisman for damage oriented setups. And it seems to be working better than the other way around because, you know, back in Dark Souls 3, I would always prioritize survivability over offense. And it seems like in Elden Ring, I'm finding more success if I prioritize offense over survivability. Evasion builds are usually damage-based. Yeah, exactly what you're saying. Yeah, pretty much. Like in duels, it's the other way around, though. Like in duels, you want to... You know, you want to maximize like damage trading. So like, you know, if you have the choice between 10% offense and 5% defense, you'll be taking the offense. But if it's, you know, 10% defense, 5% offense, you would be taking the defense. And more often than not, it's more optimal to go for good armor. Come on, I didn't dodge it. And the shield poke is a problem. I'm gonna have to switch weapon. Wonder what could break his shield. Like I could try to kick him, but I'm starting to get a little low here. And I was not able to tank it. Okay, well. Takes care of that. Fortunately, Twin Blade doesn't fare very well against shield poking, so let's change that. That's what happens though in this game. Like, you know, like the fight was really in his favor, And it was not necessarily because I was playing bad or that he was playing good. It's just a matchup. Like, shield poking the Twin Blade here just hard counters it. So I'd have to switch setup here to kill him cleanly. It's a matchup game? Yeah, pretty much. Well, to be fair, shield poking hard counters a lot of things. It's like one of these like outliers that performs well against, like, you know, most stuff in the game. They banned blocking with shields last tourney? That's that's funny, dude. Why would you have a shield then if you're not blocking with it? I guess you're allowed to have like a back pocket spiral horn. Main hand shields are not banned, right? PvEers love shield poking. Well, I mean, you can't blame them. It's super strong against PvE and also in PvP. Has shield poke won any tournaments? Yes, it did. When the game came out, it was winning basically everything until it got banned, and then right now they just like someone said that last tourney they banned blocking altogether, and you know, even shield poke aside, the shield dagger won plenty of tournaments as well. But like the thing with stuff that's like broken, it's usually banned in tourneys, so you don't see it win a lot. But yes, shield poke won tournaments, like a lot of them early on, and recently, not really sure recently if there was anything, but I know like shield dagger won a lot of tourneys recently. You don't like shield and daggers? No, I actually really like the one-handed dagger. I just, you know, I have many issues with the game, like not taking a lot of skills and or nullifying skills. Shields in this game are one of these things, like just shields in general, which, you know, like it's silly for them to block or to ban shield blocking, but the logic behind it makes sense. Like, it is true that shields in this game are overpowered in duels. I mean, that's why they do it, even though I think it's going too far. Like shields are objectively like kind of busted and don't really require a lot of effort and shut down a lot of matchups. In this game, right? Like if we were talking like shields in like Dark Souls 3, for instance, like, is he dead? Oh, he's just barely surviving. Or not. Like, if you're talking shields in Dark Souls 3, like, they're far from overpowered. Like, they're super balanced. So it's like a game-by-game thing. This one's goated because skilled can hit behind shields. Dude, that's like one of the thing I miss the most in Souls game. It's fucking dead angles. That's like the... That's what I hate about developers, like forcing the games to be like exactly how they intended it to be. Like I always thought, like my first Souls game was Dark Souls 2, and like I was obviously like, you know, everyone starts being a scrub, but as a scrub, like the way I saw it, I was like, dude, in order to play skillfully, I need to like play unlocked and do dead angles. I saw like videos on YouTube about people that were doing dead angles. And Dark Souls 2 still had dead angles, but man, the fact that they removed it in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, it's so bad. Like, I miss fucking dead angles so badly. And dead angling through shield would be a fucking nice addition in this game. Holy shit, that would balance things out so much more. Shield as a whole class or just great shields? No, all the shields are kind of like that. Well, I say all the shields, you know, like the medium shields that have high stability and like fingerprint, like those are really the outliers. Like obviously if you use a shield that has no stability, it's not gonna feel broken. I don't have the game on PC, Spades. I don't have Dark Souls 1 on PC. I think I had Dark Souls 1 on fucking Xbox 360 too. Like, I don't have an Xbox anymore, but I had a blast with it. It's free? Oh, really? Wait, we fought them earlier. Gonna need to separate them. We can't fight these guys in the open though. This guy's spot is quite on point, which leads me to believe this guy is no stranger to PvP, if his spot is that accurate. Alright, we're gonna use the little mobs that are here. Oh. Mob saved me, but at the same time. Let's keep our health full because they do a lot of damage. Ah, we had the bleed there. He saved them. Pretty sure our harpoon was landing. By the way, guys, if you want to reapply like a barbaric roar on your weapon, you can't like just redo it while your buff is active. So you need to like remove your weapon first to reset the buff properly, basically. Let's try to find another enemy if we can. Some of them there. Got body block too. I think it's time we use this. Get that guy. Problem with people with hype armor is that if they don't want to commit, you kinda you're forced to wait for them, really. Same thing if they stick to each other. These mobs are certainly not very helpful. Make sure we're not running into a wall or something. Wonder what else I could use to help me here, like if there's any enemy. Trap. Yeah, there's really no opening here. Just too close to each other, and honestly, guys, I think I'm gonna swap setup to kill them. Oh, no, he swapped. Never mind. It's like you can't aggress the greatsword as much as you'd like to. So I'm forced to wait for them to whiff punish, and the punish doesn't come fast enough. They're too close to each other. We can't really aggress here. Like we have an opportunity for a whiff punish, but they're just too close. Can't really do anything. And when you have people that just stick together like that and you have no distraction, no way to separate them, like you're not gonna get anywhere just jumping into the pile here. Especially in open fields like that. Doesn't seem like there's really anything that can help us. All we need is these like big troll-like dudes. These guys would be enough of a distraction to like kill one. There's like no enemies here. There's really nothing. Holy shit. It's down there. Nothing either. Yeah, this means this whole place is kind of empty. We can't use anything for support. What about here? Is there anything here? Nothing there either. Maybe we can use the temple. I forgot how to enter this. Come on. Over here. I haven't played this area in a long time. Forgot how to PvE maneuver through this map. Maybe there's a hole in the wall somewhere here. Is it here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I was right. Okay, so there are some enemies here that we can use. So this is the place where we should be fighting, and then don't want to get too far though. If they're coming, want to leverage the enemies that are down there as much as possible. Yeah, I know there's a big enemy up top. Just forgot how to... I forgot where exactly it is. They don't seem to be advancing. No, they're just waiting. Oh, little lag there. And ganking is one thing, but like ganking and expecting like the invader to like just run into you is just, you know, you're not making really any sense. There might be enough distance here. It all seems to be sitting there. So passive. So passive with all that hype armor. I can't attack him first, but he should be attacking because he has priority. Like, he could do like infinite running attacks at me if he wanted to. It would just tank everything. Let's move on to build the house now. The only thing PC invasions have to offer is a higher number of cheaters. No, dude, when I watch like people like Fuji invade, it's usually like, you know, I think it's on Seamless, and then they have their little like group of tryhards, and they have like a higher player limit, so it's like a basically like an attempt at reproduce Pontiff, and it's like 3v3, everyone rune art. So I mean, this is definitely something that PC would have to offer invasion wise that other platforms do not. But if you're talking vanilla, then yeah, obviously vanilla, like, there's nothing that this game has to offer vanilla-wise on PC compared to other platforms, unfortunately. Also, Hosier, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Thanks for the sub for 8 months. And X2, thank you so much for the Prime resub. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the support. Sorry I missed it. I was focused on surviving. Elysium's insanely passive? You don't know what they thought? Dude, tell me about it. What a horrible fucking arena. It's fucking painful. Alright, it says there's 3 of them. Be careful. Oh, we missed our ambush.
Hey.
I'm tempted to, oh, it's too late now. I wanted some frostbots.
Hey.
Let's not underestimate these guys. Wow, that stunned me, what the hell? Fucking wave of kiss is preventing me from doing anything. Oof, alright, we made it. A huge kill. The other guy's far enough. Huge kill. I'll be honest, guys, like, playing, like, what I'm doing right now, it's not flashy, and it's not particularly fun to have to constantly be on the defensive, but it's what you have to do, otherwise there's no chance, really, you're fighting a full squad like that. Like, the only thing you can do is, like, run away until you get a distraction, and use that distraction to, separate one. And then, you know, and your setup comes into play, like, The better setups are the ones that can kill as quickly as possible. Spamming Wave of Piss against the wholly resistant enemy. Dude, that Wave of Piss is peak Elden Ring. It's the most Elden Ring attack in this game. It's just like one Ash of War that you can spam that kills everything in the whole area. The brain rot is just a side effect. Avoiding the blender is also a skill. I mean, I want to say you're right, but at the same time, honestly, it might be more knowledge than skill, and also like patience, because at the end of the day, like, more often than not, the correct play when you're invading is to not do anything. It's to wait. Like, the correct play is always to wait for an opportunity. It's just that this game doesn't actually give you these opportunities. Like, it's very rare that you'll have like a PvE mob that will distract long enough. Or like if you have a co-invader, it's because the host allows you to have a co-invader. An L2 only tourney? That would be possible with Blind Spot for sure. Or maybe Swift Slash. That would definitely be possible. Maybe even Sword Dance. Like, you know, a Milady with Sword Dance spam, I think would have a legit chance at winning some matchup. Unironically. Risky there. Okay, they should be far enough. They do a lot of damage too. Oh my god, the range. Try to go up. They do so much damage though. also, I forgot. I should put either Endure or BHS on this axe, so that we have like an escape option when we need to. There's two of them here. He's by himself. Oh, he's lagging, unfortunately. Insane game. That bleed right there. Big burst damage. How do you find people? Spades, one thing that I learned, I think it was like a month or so ago, something like that, is that the area where you invade from, even if you invade everywhere, actually affects basically your activity, because the way it works under the hood is it starts searching in different places depending on where you're located. So you're gonna find like more invasions and more invasions quicker if you're invading like near like locations that have like, let's say, maps in the queue where there are people playing. Whereas if you're just invading, let's say, from first step, you're basically gonna find like less invasions, or invasions like slower. So like where you invade from matters, and I didn't know that until fairly recently, honestly. And apparently it was tested at launch on PC. Like this info was like data mined or something. I was not aware of that. That combo, holy shit. Careful about this guy. I'll take that. Yo, iPerversity, thank you so much for the 10 gifted, man. Holy shit. Dude, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. So generous, dude. Holy shit. And thank you so much. Why not use an invigorating cured meat against 2 bleed weapons? It's not a bad idea to go for like bleed resist if you're constantly like getting threatened by bleed. Like, it's not a bad idea. Right now though, what would make the most sense for me to use would be like a Sacred Bloody Flesh, but I don't have them. Like, Sacred Bloody Flesh gives you like a damage boost every time you bleed someone, which would be perfect for a setup like that. So what's the best spawn to invade? I don't know. I've been trying different locations, like different streams, like for instance, like near the museum where I'm invading right now. Sometimes I get like decent activity, other times I don't get anything. So I think it's just really dependent on like where the activity in the game is at. So I think it will actually vary. So your best bet is probably to actually move around and like see what's best on that certain given day. Okay, that was not expected. I took a gamble, very risky play at what I did there, but I mean it worked, so we take it. In a vacuum, the decision to go for the kill on that host is actually not a good play. Like if you do that play multiple times, this is the sort of play that will get you to lose the invasion more than it will get you to win it, but you know, you just go on instinct. You don't always make the right choices, even though it worked this time. Like in the long run, it's not a good idea to go for the kill there, because he could just like roll and then I could get killed from behind by the other guys. So it was not like a sure kill or anything like that. How many we got here? It's only one guy. What is that? Damnation sword? Disconnection? Should be something. Okay, fuck it. Let's just get this over with. Zayton, this is something I'm considering though, like making another channel for like other games, like yeah, like you know, like recently, well, I mean recently, you know, a few months ago I did a challenge run for Fallout 4 where it was like permadeath survival mode, have to beat the main story basically. And it took me a few attempts, but I eventually did it, and it was quite the run, and I think it was pretty good. Like some of the last missions, when you know, if you die, like you have to start over, like when you have like synths shooting you from everywhere, those are pretty fucking good. Like some of those last missions when you can't go anywhere, you're like forced to be on a tiny elevator and you're getting shot at from all directions, and like your whole run is on the line. Like that's some pretty good content, honestly. Not quite sure this is a good idea to go there. I might be stuck against these two. But let's play stupid every once in a while. Let's go against them. Not against this sword. Like, see, like, you go in there, you're stuck afterwards, because the only way you can get out is a ladder. Although, dude, is there a grace near this? That could be a really good fucking arena for duels, though. Right? What do you think, guys? That could be a good dueling arena. He did a 27-hour permanent run of God of War, get Ragnarok, 100%, not just the main quest. Man, like 100%, and some of these games is a little much to ask. I also did, more recently than Fallout, I did Skyrim. For Skyrim though, like, you have to put some restrictions, otherwise it's actually too easy to do, like, a permadeath run in Skyrim. Because there's too many things you can exploit. So, like, you have to have the unofficial patch to patch, like, some of the most outrageous loops. Like, you know, like the alchemy enchanting loops. I also... I used a mod to unpause the game, so it was a vanilla run, but I have like some mods to like fix basically some exploits. So unpausing the game makes it so that you can't just pause the game mid-combat and start drinking potion. You know, no like quick reload either, like to save yourself from dying. Also on legendary difficulty. So yeah, permadeaths. Survival mode also. Permadeath survival mode, legendary difficulty, unpaused, and unofficial patch. I think that's most of it. And it actually took a long time to complete the Skyrim one. Not because it's hard, it's just that for a Skyrim run like that, once you have the right strategy, like, it's pretty smooth sailing. There's just a few ways to die that are, you know, like, you have to always be ready, like, because at some point your character gets so strong in Skyrim that you start to get overzealous, and that's when you get killed. Like, I fucked one of my run just going into a vampire lair dungeon and just trying to the one-man army the whole dungeon, and I got punished for it by the master vampires. You know? So there's that. What else is there? I almost fucked up the run which we beat the main quest, like on the very last dungeon before Alduin. You fight a ton of draugrs, and I got careless, and one of the draugrs fushrodad me off a cliff. And I had some potions which increased my, like, fortify health potion. So it was also hotbarred, so I managed to fortify my health mid-air, and I was also wearing a full set of heavy armor, which in this game, like, if you have the perk, you take less fall damage with full heavy armor. So because I had that, I managed to survive the fall, but it was basically like a crap shot. And, you know, I survived it and I completed the run, but the run could have been over, like, just at that very moment, which would have been pretty fucking terrible, because it's like, it's not hard again, but it takes a long ass time, and you have to be consistent throughout the whole run. Doesn't the legendary difficulty make the beginning of the game almost impassable? It's passable, but, like, here's the thing. Like I said, what's hard about a permadeath run legendary difficulty like that, with, like, no exploit, nothing, it's finding the right strategy. Like, the play for a Skyrim run like that is pretty boring. Like, what you have to do is, like, once you escape the tutorial area, you basically go for Riverwood, and then you go for Whiterun, and you basically start, like, doing the economy loop. So, like, you buy stuff, you know, you go around, like, harvest all the flowers, and then you sell potion, and you basically repeat that until you have, like, some skills to 100. So you're basically, like, just grinding until you get, like, some of your skills all the way up. And then, like, as far as economy is concerned, like, over time, you're basically going to have a lot of gold, and you're going to be able to purchase property without having completed a single dungeon or quest. And so that's basically the strat. Like, overall, like, that's what you need to do to complete the game like permadeath. And it's not necessarily hard to do that, but again, like, there's a few ways you can die and fuck up. Like, for instance, if you venture outside the city, like, a saber cat can kill you and, like, spawn and just end your run, for instance. So you still have to be careful throughout the whole process until your character is equipped with, like, legendary smithed armor, basically. And so, like, the goal is you sit in cities, or else you do, like, economy loop in cities, buying and selling stuff, until you level up your enchanting, your alchemy, your speech, and your smithing to 100. Oh, also, another thing that this run had was no legendary skills, because it's actually very easy to abuse the game with just, like, getting one skill to 100 over and over again, and just, like, getting all the perks that way. It's very easy to do that. Like, alteration is extremely easy to level up in Skyrim, so you could technically, like, get your character to level 200 in no time with the alteration skill, like just boosting your alteration over and over. So the run also had that limitation, like no legendary skills. So yeah. And I forgot, I think my character ended up at like level 71 or something like that, around the 70s mark. And for this run in Skyrim, I actually beat the Dragonborn DLC in Mirac and got all the Black Book before I did the main quest line, because the Black Book gives you like a ton of very useful effects. So I wanted to get those. One way that the run ended was falling in the poisonous water in one of the Black Books. That shit will kill you very quickly, even if you have a ton of HP. So yeah, that was pretty good. I thought these guys were hosting like a 2v2, but they're just ganking here. You hated the Dragonborn DLC questline, really? I loved it. It was like my... That and Dawnguard were my favorite. I really liked it. I think it was really fun. Do I have any other mobs though to go to if I need to? Or am I fucked if I drop down there? At the start when we invaded here, I thought we were going to be invading in a 2v2 setting. That's why I was waiting, but now I'm not actually sure if these guys are just ganking. Dawnguard was really fun. My favorite was Dawnguard. I really like Dawnguard. Okay, this guy has some separation. Oh, we missed that. Oh my god, we missed that. I would attack there. And the host came back. We missed our chance. Although, to be honest, he got a little lucky that... Like, he panic rolled and we had the roll catch timing right in, like, 2 instances where... Just happened to roll at an angle where we didn't connect. Just kind of unlucky there. We missed our chance to kill him. Although if these guys are doing nothing, like no tongue, nothing, just waiting there together, like... I'm not gonna entertain that. Alright, these guys are just wasting time here. They're not doing anything. Let's move on to the next one. You have installed 10,000 porn mods? That's funny. Guys, I told the stream this story already, but it's always nice to tell it again for people who have not heard it. It's you know, at some point I wanted my Skyrim game to be as realistic as possible. Like, I had this thing where I wanted a mod list that made Skyrim feel like as realistic as possible. And so every mod that I deemed to add realism, I added it. And at some point I asked myself, I'm like, you know what? I don't think like the underwear in this game is very realistic. Like it looks a little too modern. And so I downloaded the nude mod. And I was like, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. But I thought it was a nude mod for everyone. It's only the females that are nude. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to download a male nude mod as well to have everyone be naked when you remove their armor. And so I downloaded a male nude mod. And first thing I know, I'm playing my game after I downloaded the mod. I removed the armor from a fucking bandit. The bandit has a massive erection on his dead body. And I was like, oh, maybe I didn't download the right version. And so I went back to my mod fucking manager, reinstalled the mod and tried to look if there was another option. And so I put the limp option. And so I started the game again and then removed the armor. And then there's just this fucking limp-ass dick just sitting there on the dead body, man. And I was like, you know what? I think I'll just remove the nude mods altogether. This is not for me. This is just too much. And so, after that, I never downloaded any nude mods for Skyrim after that point. The bandit died happy? He had an adrenaline rush, you know? That's funny. No, but honestly, I realized that, I don't actually like that sort of stuff in game for the most part. Like, this is what this made me realize. Like, I find it too distracting. There's tasteful nude mods, and then there's degen gooners. I don't know, man. I don't really like that sort of stuff in games. You know, I experienced it. It was something. I learned my lesson, though. Not again. Yo, Marvin, thanks for the gifted to Marco. Really appreciate that. Oh, we invaded them earlier. I feel like we've been invading a lot of the same people today. Need to hurry up. There's a few enemies up there that I think I have enough time to kill one while the host is distracted. I mean, these guys are just attacking out of everything. By the way, guys, are you ready for Tarnished Edition in March? You better be ready. Yo, Goldmask, thanks for the gifted sub, man. Thanks a lot to the gifted to Average Strength Enjoyer. Really appreciate that. You come here looking for advice? Advice on what, though? Again? The same guys? Bro, we keep invading the same people. You've plateaued? Do you mean like in this game? I don't think I'm the right person to ask, honestly. I don't really... Like, people think I play this game a lot, but... To be honest, I really don't. I think I would be the right person to give advice on how to play Elden Ring. I can give, like, my take on, like, which setup works for invasions, because, you know, we stream plenty of invasion, like, I'm starting to get a feel for what works and what doesn't. Whoa, that was not intentional. Oh, I thought you could break that. Oh, good thing I didn't get hit there, because I was out of stem. Honestly, like, if you want, like, advice, like, at all costs for this game, like, you have to understand that a lot of this game is, it's very matchup dependent, so your knowledge of which matchup has the advantage against what is very important. And even, like, Ash of War matchups, because, like, even if you're playing a mirror match against someone, depending on the Ash of War that's at play, like, it can drastically change how the matchup is played. So there's a lot of knowledge in this, really. Like, a lot of knowledge check for a lot of gimmicks. You know, like, Dark Souls 3 was very, very spacing heavy. It's very spacing heavy, you know, a lot of timing. In this game, I'd say there's a lot more gimmicks. A lot more RNG. Like, buffs are more important in this game. Like, there's a lot more managing stuff in this game that matters. AKA, like, your choice of armor matters. You know, like your choice of talisman. What talisman do you pick at which moment of the fight is gonna have an impact. Like, basically, always having a statistical advantage over your opponent is very important here. Because in this game, like, you know, like, a lot of matchups, like, you lose priority after you land the first hit. So, knowing that, the game forces trading in general a lot. And so, statistical advantage is very important. More than other games. Like, in other games, even if you were at a statistical disadvantage, it didn't matter nearly as much because you could pressure infinitely if you were better than your opponent. Like, you could just start pressure and never let go and then win from 100 to 0. You can really hardly do that in this game. So understanding like priorities, you know, like which weapon wins against what, which Ash of War counters what. This is the sort of stuff that is, I think, most important to learn for this game. If you want to, for whatever reason, want to improve at this, which, to be quite honest, I think is pretty useless, if you ask me. But here I am, just still streaming this game, and you know, you guys are still enjoying watching, so which I appreciate. But you know, if I have to be honest, this is pretty much it. Do you think it's possible to break through Plateau without having people of the right skill to play? No, that's... You need to play people that are similarly skilled as you, and sometimes people that are a little bit more skilled than you if you want to progress. Otherwise, like you said, you're just gonna get stuck. Like here, it's no secret that most of the good players on this game play ladder with a crazy set of rules. And I think there's a bigger player base on PC that actually cares about this game, about the PvP, I should say, than there are elsewhere. So technically, if you want to improve at the game, you'll probably be better served on PC, honestly. ESN ladder is dead. I mean, to me, like, the competitive scene for this game was never really alive, but I'm just a hater, you know? I think my standards were a little too high. I mean, my standards were low, though, like, that's the thing. Let's not go to the main platform right away and prepare a little bit. Don't want to get ambushed too hard. There's two of them on the platform. Let's do this. Physic up. This, and then we move. Oh my god, he had no health. And none of them attacked. I mean, they tried to fight, but I was expecting them to be a little more prepared than that. Personally though, like, if you're asking me why I'm still playing this, it's, you know, initially I started this channel with games I really enjoyed, and I was just making, like, vids, for my own fun at the start. This is how this channel started. And, I wanted to play, like, I wanted to earn a living just playing games competitively. And I did reach that level in Rainbow Six Vegas too, like, you know, pretty much at the top of the food chain, winning tournaments and everything, getting checks by mail by Activision Blizzard. But I quickly realized though that it's very hard to make a living just being a competitive player. Like, you're gonna have to find, like, other sources of revenue. And you know, over time, I realized that content creation was a much steadier way to, like, earn revenue playing video games, really. And so the channel slowly started leaning toward that. And as someone who was a competitive player at first, you know, played and won many tournaments in Rainbow Six. After that, For Honor came out. I won a lot of tournaments there as well at launch. And then after that, mainly played Dark Souls 3 Won a lot of tourneys, obviously, in Dark Souls 3 as well. But this is really with Dark Souls 3 that I started building the channel to be more of like a sustainable thing. And I don't want to let it go to waste. Like I've been uploading every day for something like 5 or 6 years now, maybe even more. And you know, some people might say, you know, your channel's still small, you know, like, I mean, it's whatever. Like it's pretty difficult to build a channel all the way up to this stage, at least I think so. And so I don't want it to let it go to waste just because Elden Ring didn't turn out the way I wanted. I'd rather like stay with it, stick with it, at least until the next thing. And you know, I can judge afterward if the next mainline from software game is worthy or not of like any like dedicated attention. And so that's why I'm still playing this. Is I don't want to let it go to waste, and I think there's still a good shot that, you know, the next game might be good PvP wise. And you know, even though Dark Souls 3 had a lot of flaws, I think Dark Souls 3 had a lot more going for it than Elden Ring does, for instance, PvP wise. So this is why I'm still here, even though I'm not particularly fond of Elden Ring. I still play it because I don't want to let all the work that I did go to waste, and I'm not as pessimistic as some people are about the future of PvP. I think FromSoft still has it in them to make like a good like Souls PvP, and I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. And you know, you never know also, like maybe it's not going to be FromSoft, maybe it's going to be someone else at some point that takes the reign. I mean, it's been long enough. You'd hope that at this point other studios are starting to understand like why From Software games work. At least I'd hope so. It's just that, you know, like video game development cycles take forever, so you can't expect it to happen that quickly. Like when we're talking about like developers trying Souls-like style, well, it's really only been like a few generations, and so they have not adapted yet. But I think it's gonna come at some point. Wait, is this considered a boss though? If they kill it, it might be over. Thankfully, Tarnished will fix all of this. Yes, it will. Honestly, you've always liked niche channels rather than big ones. Well, thanks, I appreciate that. I mean, to be fair though, you know, if it was for me, I'd rather like I'd rather not stay niche, and you know, I'd rather have Chase's number, right? I know I could like increase my chances of getting like the channel bigger if I acted a little bit less toxic. You know, like I think one of my biggest issue for growing the channel is that I irritate a lot of people because I'm completely transparent and honest about everything, and that includes like a lot of the trash talk and saying like, oh my god, like this guy is so bad. Like stuff like that. People don't like that. And so like I could probably help my case by doing that, but even though I try the best I can, like it's just my nature. Like I always, like, you have to understand, like, first of all, English is not my first language, and when I first started, is that Teach? No, it's not. When I first started, I had to like sort of train myself to be able to speak in a different language while I was playing, and it was very, very hard for me. And so the best thing, or the best trick I learned in order to do that was to just say whatever was on my mind, and unfortunately that's pretty much how it turned out. Like, every time I'm playing, the only commentary you hear is basically like exactly what I'm thinking at this moment. Because that's sort of how I learned to be able to talk while I'm playing. And even then, like, if you look at right now, I'm having a hard time engaging them, because my brain has a hard time, like, being able to speak while, like, playing the game. teammate's about to be dead here. We saved them here. Nice. They don't want to hit him though. Good plot. Yeah, we definitely want to keep that teammate alive because might not necessarily be the most experienced, but he's doing a lot of work and doing a lot of damage. You don't want to let that go to waste. Oh my god, the lock on. Out there. This is just so unlucky, like, we can't get a fucking clean moment when we separate them. Just sticking to each other a lot. Okay, there you go. Dude, well fucking played, teammate. Played well. I was having a hard time, like, getting, like, a clean moment to fight them. I was getting, like, interrupted constantly. Like, they were hitting me around corners and shit. Let me read chat a little bit. You like moderately toxic G? Thanks. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. You'd like me to know that my toxicity and honesty is like 90% the reason why you watch. Honestly though, I kind of understand that because a lot of time you'll hear people just be politically correct because, you know, either it's in their personality or their best interest. And sometimes you just want to know, like, or want to see someone experience the same struggle as you, right? Like, because if you go ahead and invade, like, you'll go through the same frustrations that I'm going through, for instance. And so I think it's normal to, like, relate to some of that stuff. They'll try to suit everyone, would be content for no one. Yeah, but you can still always improve though. Like, you know, I can still be honest and, like, have a choice of words that's, like, more not more welcoming, but little less harsh, you know. Like, calling everyone idiots all the time, even though it might be true, might not be the like the wisest choice of word to grow your audience. It is what it is, dude. I mean, like I often say, I'm as human as they come, dude. Like, I have all my my flaws like everyone else, so it is what it is. And I'm not a fan myself of like some empty, like brain-dead commentary. I'd rather, you know, I'd rather hear like true, like emotional reactions rather than just like average banter that you always hear all the time. That's really not my thing, my preference. Some people prefer the latter though, and that's fine, but that's not my thing. Okay, where the fuck is that? What a spawn they gave us. Oh, now we got the good spawn and we got the good teammate as well. Well, yo, this is gonna blow up. Yo, he's killing me. Guy's the arch villain. We need to kill him first. He's too dangerous. He tried to be sneaky there. He wanted that host all for himself and he tried to kill me. Yeah, you get what's coming to you, buddy. Now it's 2v1 on you. I wonder if that outruns sprinting. What he's doing there. Alright. Now that the traitor is taken care of, let's go against the host. Give him a bow because he didn't double team me. Oh, the lag actually gave me a free hit there. Do you prefer the Dark Souls 3 True Combo or Elden Ring Combat better? That's a good question because honestly, both these games have their qualities. Because like comboing your weapon in it of itself is not necessarily like a better or worst way to approach the combat. It's just that the way Elden Ring did it as far as weapon priority is worse than Dark Souls 3. So like for instance, if you kept priority after your attacks, even if they didn't combo, then it would be way better. And also, the fact that 2 hits comboed in Dark Souls 3, it made it so that if you were trading with a meta weapon, like for instance, a matchup I had a lot of experience with was Claymore versus PKCS. PKCS being the obvious winner there, like completely destroys Claymore. But at least if you land the Claymore, you're doing like 3 times the amount of damage that the PK will be doing to you. So the damage difference there is significant, whereas here in this game, you know, like if you play Lance, for instance, which is a great weapon that has counter hit damage, and you trade against a Trusting Sword, which is the equivalent of like PK or Murky in this game, the damage difference between the two weapon trading is almost nothing. Like you're not even you're barely winning the trade as the Lance user. And so the damage being skewed like that makes it a big problem for rewarding the proper plays, because the Hyper Armor trade very often don't end up being the good play there. And so your Hyper Armor weapon needs to be used as something you just get only clean hits on. And because BHS is a thing and, you know, you can put it on everything, then it becomes a lot harder to get clean hits. So, like, to answer your question, it's not necessarily about the two-hit combo. It's really because Elden Ring is not tuned properly that Dark Souls 3 ended up being better by default. As far as, like, hit combination and priorities. There's 3 of you here. I need to not forget that I cannot jump here. And as I say that, oh fuck, idiot. Oh. Let me out! Let me out of here! Oh. Oh no. This guy is low though. We want to separate them. Oh, that's it. Neither of us got staggered. You know, it's stuff like that, right? That makes the game like more brain dead. Like that interaction there, like we're basically playing Skyrim, just mashing at each other, no one's getting stunned. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that is a problem. I feel like we could have won that once we escaped the them like chasing us down like crazy. I feel like we had an opportunity to win it, but at the end there, the issue was that we didn't get staggered and they didn't get staggered, so that just made us get stuck in just damage trading with 3 people, which is unfortunate. Well, I'm sad we could have had a Deathless stream today. That killed it. It was a winnable one too. Like, you know, sometimes invasions are unwinnable. This one was winnable. space that. There's two of them. Going full BHB. This stupid ass game, dude. And it locked me onto this guy as I was fucking hitting him. That's fucked up. Like, see, like, stuff like that just aggravates me to no fucking end. Stuff like that too. The lock-on betrays you at the worst time, but you saw that, right? Like, I locked on as I hit the guy and it just locked me onto the other fucking scrub behind me. It's like, shit like that is aggravating because it doesn't matter how well you play. The game fucks you. The game just does not respond to your commands properly. That's fucking frustrating. And, you know, it would be one thing if it's only, like, one instance, but, like, you know, if you break that down, right? Like, you get a hit, like, eaten by, like, hitting the wall, like, slightly. That thing can happen in stairs, you know, slight elevation, rocks. And you really, depending on the object, there's a ton of things that can have that. And it's inconsistent too. Like, some stairs actually, like, make you bounce off, and some stairs don't. Like, we need to fucking show it now. Like, this stairs here doesn't allow this weapon. Oh. Didn't last time. Maybe this? Wow, that's crazy. Like, a few streams ago we did that and it bounced off these stairs every time. That is so wild. Whoa, dude, that is so inconsistent. Like, man, I need to find this stream. Like, a few streams ago we did this on these stairs and it would bounce off every single time. I find it absolutely crazy that right now it's not bouncing. Like, it was not long ago. Like, stuff like that, it's just so inconsistent. Like, the same fucking stairs always bouncing one stream, and then the other stream does not bounce at all. That's crazy. And then, you know, like, you got the instance last invasion of the parry, right? Like, or not the parry, but the critical riposte. You know, like, we break the guy's guard, then we take the riposte, we get no damage. Then there's input eating, you know. It's just, the list goes on, so it's not just one thing that's frustrating. There's always something that's there to frustrate you and punish you for something you didn't deserve. But either way, you know, that's the game we got. It's whatever. I think they're there. Could be wrong, but the indicator certainly seems like it's, yep, they are, okay. There's two of them. Yo, the ball came back. That's crazy. That might be it for me. Oh. Okay, no, they didn't push me. Usually means death when you fall like that. Like there up top, there's actually no plays that I can make. Because even if I space one guy, I get hit by the other, so it's very problematic. Can't really hit people clean. Lucky he got overzealous. I'm being way too careless against this whip. Like bad there. Honestly, even if the PvP was not blended into the PvE, like, even if they made it, like, more separate, I wouldn't really mind it, honestly. Like, I think what I would like out of this is more, like, common sense, because it's more of a lack of them caring about the PvP that results into the problems we have. Because when it comes down to it, you know, anyone that plays the PvP would be like, yeah, you know, aim punch is a problem. Or yeah, like input eating is a problem. Or they'll be like, yeah, you know, trusting sword is too strong, or blind spot is too strong. Like anyone who plays PvP will come to these same conclusions. Problem is the devs probably don't even play PvP, so nothing happens to fix these obvious issues, right? That's the issue. It's not that From Software are doing anything bad, it's that they don't play the PvP, so they're not making any of the changes that we need. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Like, very often, there's, like, two types of developers. Like, there's some developers that like the idea of PvP in their game, but they don't understand it, they don't play it. And then there's developers, or there's executive that like the revenue potential of PvP stuff. So, like, you get it pushed two ways for different reasons. Let's focus on the wave of piss. Yo, Thunder, thank you so much for the bits, man. Really appreciate that. Like, see there? Like, this thing bouncing because we were on rocks, right? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, the devs are trying to push realism there by adding, like, this little variable, but gameplay-wise, this adds nothing. It's just an annoyance. And it's inconsistent. Like, as the player, you cannot walk into a room and guess which object is going to make you bounce and which one won't. Because it's all over the place, too. And even when they were patching things, it was taking months for meaningful patches. Yeah, when they were patching things, honestly, it was taking a long time to get like simple stuff fixed. Like, you know, it took 6 months after the game launch for Bloodhound Step to be like reduced because it was like basically infinite invulnerability when the game came out, and it was like that for 6 months, making really the PvP unplayable. If you ask me, like invulnerability on a click of a button, like infinite, it's just, it kills the entire point of PvP. And so it took 6 months for something so obvious that should not have been even released with the game in the first place. Like, the game coming out with stuff like that just shows that no one there plays the PvP, because for anyone who plays, it's so obviously flawed that it makes no sense whatsoever. Like, stuff like that is a problem. Hey, buddy, drinking your physic? Waiting for his friend. Probably got us down there. Yeah, I was about to say I'm expecting a bleed here. I don't think the only reason Souls games are active for that long is the PvP. I really don't. Like, the games are good enough PvE-wise to stand on their own by a long shot, but PvP and multiplayer in general, it would be foolish to not admit that it does participate greatly to the longevity of a game, for sure, for sure. Although I will say a little bit to a lesser extent in Elden Ring compared to Dark Souls 3. Just because, you know, there was just too many issues with Elden Ring. Not just like right now, but like along the way we lost a lot of potential players. Like, for instance, take Castle, who I don't know if he's still in chat. Like, Castle left Elden Ring midway through because it was going nowhere. And he never really came back. And he only came back to get a Moonveil drop, and that's it. Well, thank you. Oh my god. This boss is no joke. And really, like, another misconception is, like, you know, you're gonna have the Reddit crowd, which are, like, 110% against anything PvP, even if it doesn't affect them. They don't want the developers to spend 1 second, you know, like, developing anything for PvP, right? Like, you have a crowd who are, like, strongly against anything PvP. Like, I've gotten a lot of vids with comments like, you know, like, PvP in games is dumb. Like, you know, like, stuff like that. Unironical. Like, people who genuinely are averse to any form of competition. So, like, you're never gonna win against these people. But even then, like, when you take patching for Elden Ring, for instance, it should not really be a lot of work. Like, it's really only changing a few numbers on a spreadsheet. That's what it comes down to. It's just that because the devs don't play the game, they don't know which numbers to change or what to change. So it takes them forever for any meaningful changes because they don't fucking know what they're doing for the most part. That's the issue. Because the work itself, like, when it comes to, like, patching some of the stuff that's broken, like, there's many ways to patch a broken weapon. Like, you can reduce the damage greatly, you can, you know, like, reduce its speed. Like, there's many ways to do it. And because there's already, like, a separate scaling for PvE and PvP in this game, it really won't even affect the PvE crowd when you change the damage values for a PvP weapon, for instance. And so the excuse for focusing on the PvE over the PvP, it comes out as extremely selfish, because like for a minimum amount of effort, you just want it how exactly you want, and you don't really care about what other people want. So I'm not particularly fond of people who think like that. For the same reason why, like, you know, even if I don't really care too much about the PvE, I still wouldn't want them to sacrifice anything for it, you know what I mean? Jade, by the way, thank you so much for the Prime resub. Really appreciate. Thanks a lot, man. Whoa, almost got hit there. I consider this guy to be a mage. On that is scary on these stairs. I would punish him, I'm gonna get punished myself. Oh wow, that reached twice. Holy shit. I thought I was out. I don't know if it's the elevation or the connection, but there's a lot of hits where it doesn't feel like I'm missing. Or sorry, it feels like I'm out of range, and I'm still rolling just to be safe. I'm getting hit. Yeah, it's the elevation. Elevation makes it difficult to space. Honestly, I think the PvP crowd just has to be patient. That's the only play right now. Like, we have to be patient. You know, if it's not the next From Software game that pleases us, it will be at some point like another game. Oh, we got a teammate here. Got a teammate, but he was in trouble when we spawned in. I don't know if I took the right route. I did not. Come on, dude, survive for me. Okay, he's good. He's good, but he's getting pressured hard. Oh, he killed one. It's over. Alright, you were ganking, now you're getting ganked. Good game. Good hit. I probably should have let the red kill the host, but I mean, they ganked him pretty hard, so I wanted to give it back to the host. But the red would have been fine, like killing the host by himself. It sucks to get your ass ganked and just have a red stand there, yeah. What's unfortunate is, like, there's this weird dynamic that developed in Elden Ring where the game is so, what's the word for it? Ruthless. The game is so ruthless against invaders that gankers, like, understand how ruthless it is. And so very often you'll get quote-unquote gankers, which are not really gankers anymore, that instead of ganking, they'll just let a second invader come in, and you know, then a 2v2 battle will emerge from that. But they don't even want to gank you in 2v1 because they understand that the invader doesn't really have much of a chance if you understand the game a little bit. And so you get a lot of these situations where a 2v2 devolves into, like, simply 2 1v1s, and when one player dies, it's just like one guy on the sideline while they wait for the the other 1v1 to finish. They don't even want to gank each other anymore, basically, because the game went so far in the extreme that the dynamic for invasion does not work when both parties understand the game. It only works if you're fighting people that are clueless, and that's sad. Because it was not like that in previous games. Like, people always bring up, like, yeah, but invasions are supposed to be challenging, or, you know, like, how come you didn't complain as much in other games? Well, that's the thing. Like, it changed completely. The fact that you cannot have a teammate and you're alone by yourself against multiple players is actually a new concept. Because previously, if you were to want to win an invasion, especially a difficult one, you were not supposed to kill multiple people while getting attacked by multi-opponents. That's not how it works. Like, in previous games, the play was, you know, you wait long enough so that you get a teammate, and so that instead of being a 1v3, it's a 2v3. And then, I'm a broken record, but I'll say it again. What happens is both invaders separate, and then if the gank wants to stay pressuring both invaders, there's going to be one guy focused on one invader and two gankers focused on one invader. The job for the invader that's fighting two dudes is to survive, and the job for the invader that's fighting one dude is to beat him. So at the end of the day, the previous invasions, it always broke down when you had to play them properly. It broke down into separating your opponent into winning a 1v1. This opportunity does not exist anymore in this game, unless that's what actually the hosts are trying to do. And at this point, it's not really an invasion as much as it is like a 2v2 for the most part. So the dynamic does not exist. The invasion dynamic died with Elden Ring. They killed their own system because their player limit was reduced. And another side effect of that is they killed fight clubs because their player limit was reduced. And so killing fight clubs meant that you had no pipeline to teach new players how to do PvP, because now it's just the arena, and the arena is, you know, the thing with fight clubs is you could seek opponents that you knew, an opponent of similar levels as you. And so if you were getting into a fight club, over time you would recognize the people that you were playing with, and you would be able to summon the signs that you were familiar with. And whether it was people that were better than you at your skill level or lower level, you had a say in the challenge that you were about to face, therefore, like, easing your difficulty curve. I know this map by heart. The straight middle should be a clean path to go forward. There you go. That should be a backstab in any game except this one. careful here. Oh my god. That's a huge kill. Wow, they were so aggressive. That cost them the game. That's crazy that I survived that one. You know, like by the skin of my teeth. I had the same problem with Elden Ring where random fight clubs weren't a thing. It kills the dueling scene. Like, having no fight club kills the dueling scene, Castle. Like, the reduction in player limit had a catastrophic impact on this game. They killed the invasions and they killed dueling. That's wild how, like, player limit can affect the game so much. Change of plan here. That's smart for them to drop. Does that combo? What the fuck? Waiting for me there. Let's push while someone's busy. Okay, you know what? Try to respawn up. Not the best spawn, but not the worst. All right. You know what? This guy has the bone bullets. Wow, no HP. All right. I misspaced that. Now we can kill him. Oh my god, nope. Can I get my reset, please? Alright. Let's just... Running attacks are not working, let's just do jump punish instead. You guys are talking about like the best Elden Ring players. I mean, you have to go by like tournament records. That's the only quantifiable metric, really. And so, like, from what I've seen, the highest competition is on PC. So, from what I've seen, it seems to be like maybe like Braun and Spades, or Space, sorry, Spades also. And on PlayStation, it's Omega and Luber. But if I'm being totally honest with you guys, the level of competition that Elden Ring has is much lower than any of the other Souls games ever had. So there's less people that are competing in Elden Ring, man. The skill level is just not as high as the other Souls game from my experience. Like, and I say that because, you know, I can sit there and I can play with any of these players, and, you know, maybe I'm not gonna win a best out of 9, but I can definitely kill all of them. And I don't participate in anything competitive. Like, that should not happen. Like, the best players should always be able to, like, 20-0, like, players that don't play competitive. That's how it works. And it's just not the case in this game. Like, the skill is just not there, like, generally speaking. And I don't fault the players for that. It's because the game doesn't have a big scene, and also You know, the PvP in itself in this game is very flawed, so like you get like force trading, early hyper armor, you know, like yada yada. Like there's plenty of reasons why this game isn't as skillful. That's what I think, at least. It's funny because there's always this mix of, you know, like content creators always get compared to some of the better players. And the opinion is so often skewed because very often, like, because someone is a content creator, like, players won't take him seriously, or the opposite, because they're a content creator, they're the best player, right? Like, you see both quite often. And, you know, neither are necessarily accurate. In my case, it was true in Dark Souls. Yeah, I don't have, like, any issue saying that, you know, well, I played Dark Souls 2, I was definitely, like, the best at it, especially at the end of the time that I played, like... I pretty much was very dominant toward the end, especially. You know, not to say that there wasn't any other good players, of course not. But there wasn't anyone I couldn't beat, like, consistently. Or let's not say consistently, let's say, like amongst the top players, toward the end, I was always able to edge a victory against all the other very top players. And I was extremely dominant against anyone that was not a top player. So I don't have any issues saying that. Now in Elden Ring, you know, like, I don't even fucking play tourneys. I played one tourney when the game came out. I got cheesed to death by shield poking, and then played another tourney with Marco, and we actually won it. Marco and I fucking went the distance. And what's funny is we went through what is actually like the roster of like all the tournament champions to both platforms, you know, like we beat Oak Bro in there, we beat Inservin and Whitnake. We beat in there, what was the fucking PlayStation tourney champ? I forgot his name. I mean, another, like, there was Hugh who won a tourney, the other guy that was with him, Eli, you know. We basically went through, like, all the tournament winners for Elden Ring, which was pretty nice, honestly. And, you know, equipped with my random Marco, we won. It was great. Alright, let's do this then. That's a flawless. Now it's your turn. Yeah, there's a lot of Dark Souls 3 players that never really left. You know, it's like that for most Souls game, really. The only one I never hear about is like people who never left Dark Souls 2. You never hear about those. I feel like everyone who played Dark Souls 2 moved on. But like, you know, you have the Dark Souls 1 crowd that still plays. You have the Dark Souls 3 cloud that still plays. But you never hear about the Dark Souls 2 crowd. They just don't exist. Funnily enough. Don't get me wrong, I don't think the PvP in Dark Souls 2 is particularly bad. It's just something I noticed. It's hard with soul memory. Oh, that's such a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah, Cleve, you're so right. Oh my god, what a great point. Dude, it goes to show how bad of a system that was. It killed the activity down the line so that even people who were hardcore into Dark Souls 2 can't enjoy it today because of the soul memory. Wow, that is wild, man. I never thought about that. That's crazy. I knew it was a bad system, but it really does make you realize how terrible of a mistake that was. One running? Yes. And this Bleed Twin Blade is doing work, dude. Yank stab. Don't know who hit him, but it is what it is. Soul memory and adaptability. I mean, Dark Souls 2 has, you know, like, you can take any of the Souls game and start naming like all the major issues that they had. Like there was never a Souls game that was like perfect in every way. Like Dark Souls 1 had the horrible Tranquil Walk of Peace, you know, like players don't use it. It's like agreed upon because that shit is so obnoxious, you know. But like every Souls game had their thing, right? Like Dark Souls 2, like the shields were a problem. You know, it's like you could go on for like each game. Like Dark Souls 3 had plenty of like game-breaking glitches with like, you know, like bow glitch in Dark Souls 3 was pretty obnoxious. Like the balance in general in Dark Souls 3, like you played at the highest level, like PK and Murky, and like some of the cheesy setup like Fire Surge and Soul Mass were just way more powerful than everything else. Like there's always stuff like that. And there's always this argument that you hear that, you know, oh, you know, it can never be perfect. There's always going to be meta. It's true that there's always going to be meta, but, you know, if I take Elden Ring today and reduce the damage for Clean Rot, will the game be in a better state or not? Yes, it will. Yes, the next best thing will be the next best thing, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't improve on what's already obvious to improve upon, right? We got yield from that. There was questionable. Are these enemies desync? Seems like they are. I was like, why is he not getting staggered? Like, I'm running into him because I'm like, when is he gonna take the stagger? It's just fucking desync again. Another inconsistent thing in this game, so much desync with enemies. You gotta credit people like Owen and Alluvial for keeping people interested in Elden Ring Tarnished. Well, Maybe it would be a better thing if there was no one playing them, but that's just me. I genuinely, Marco, like, I really don't think Elden Ring is worth it competitively, like, and I say that, like, I played so many games competitively, like, games that were competitive and games that where people deemed were not, like, competitive enough, and I really honestly think that Elden Ring is just not it. I think it just missed the mark, like, to me, like, the competitive aspect is a complete waste of time for this game. It's too unbalanced and there's just too many inconsistencies and problems so that the better player is not consistently rewarded. That's a good shot. Another good shot. Once you implement the Declaration of Independence of rules, dude, it's like I'm very conflicted, you know, like, obviously, like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, I talk bad about the competitive scene for this game, but the players that play it, like, I like a lot of these guys, like, you know, like you said, Owen and Alluvial, fucking great guys, dude. Wish them all the best, and, you know, more power to them. And, you know, to anyone who plays and enjoy Elden Ring competitively, like, more power to you, but like, I also criticize, like, how many rules they fucking have, but, like, I'm conflicted because on one hand, like, you can't have people be interested in the competitive scene when you have, like you said, a Declaration of Independence of rules, like, just a long-ass list that doesn't end, and people need to be, like, involved reading a book to read all of that. Like, I remember back in Dark Souls 3, people didn't read half the rules, and, you know, like, they went through the tourney without fucking reading the rules, and, you know, they'd lose a round here and there for missing a, you know, a rule, but, like, here in this game, you just can't. You can't play if you don't know, like, all the rules, because half the things are banned. Like, oh, you can use this weapon, but only one-handed. You can use, like, this ash, but only on this weapon. And you can use this, but only once in a blue moon. It's like, they have, like, all these specific, like, random-ass things, but on the other hand, I don't blame them, because the game, as it is so flawed that you have to work so hard to create a competitive environment, and you have to basically get away from what the actual game is. So, you know, like, both arguments make sense. It's just, I'm not a big fan of it. And on top of that, you have to download a mod. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, already there, like, I know that's a me thing, but I'm not a fan of mods for multiplayer games, but I know a lot of people like it. Yeah, pretty much, Marco. Yep. It's like, at some point, you have to admit that, okay, like, you do have to have some rules, because otherwise people would be, like, spamming blind spot and shit. Like, okay, I understand, like, you know, there are some things that are unavoidable. Even, like, Bloodhound Step and Quick Step can be pretty cancer if you know what you're doing with them. But it gets to a point where the ban list is too large. Let's reset our roar. Thought he was at 1 HP there. A lot of the rule makers aren't the best players. Well, that doesn't necessarily always matter, to be honest. Like, because there are some good players that would just make, like, you know, like, for instance, Frosty hated Power's PSGS. Like, objectively speaking, like, PSGS should be the least of your worry. Like, it's like one of the more balanced setup. You know what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? Like, there's a lot of bias either way. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to be the best to implement a rule set. And I named Frosty because, you know, like, everyone loves Frosty, so I don't mind, like, name dropping him for that, because of that, but, you know, just to show a point that, like, any good player can fall to that category, basically. They're under me. Poor guy. This is like a checkmate. He cannot do anything there. Like, he's gonna be stuck getting slapped. Wow. Okay. Oh. Let's separate the host here. That we only have this guy to worry about. Interesting. His name is like off. his health bar like separated from his character. That was so weird. Alright guys, let's do a last one and then I'm gonna call it a day after that. Lots of really good tight invasions today. Lots of difficult ones. Almost deathless though. Had that one unfortunate loss, which honestly I think we could have come through. Like, we basically survived like a sure death. And then did a barbaric roar against a guy and he had the colossal. I didn't get staggered, he kept doing R1s, and he didn't get staggered, so none of us got staggered, and then I got blasted by everyone else because no one got staggered. Just an unfortunate one, but it is what it is. Decent there. Yo, his damage is nuts. Look at his damage, dude! He did half my health with one blind spot. What the fuck is this? The dude did half my health, one blind spot. This is nuts. Bro, I'm so glad we killed him. Like, that is not okay. That is just too much damage. I'm not using blood boil, guys, you know, just for the record. But I still had the barbaric, otherwise I would have tanked his shot and attacked him back, but it was off. Alright, well... guys, thanks everyone once again for coming by the stream today. Another good stream, I think. We had some good invasions in there, some pretty close ones. And yeah, I think this setup gets a pass. I think this setup is even better blood infused over physical. I think the blood infusion made this more dangerous, and you know, the fact that the barbaric roar hits multiple times, it really pairs well with it. All right, well guys, thank you so much again. Let's see if we got someone that's streaming Elden Ring. Spades, thanks again for the raid, and thanks for staying by for the whole thing as well. Really appreciate that. And thanks everyone again for the support. All right, we got Goffer playing Elden Ring. I think we're gonna raid good old Goffer here. All right, take care, guys. See you guys next time.